Hello there guys, it's me Unstable Voltage and welcome back to episode 13 of Europa Universalis IV as Ming, the Mandate of Heaven DLC. Just before I start, I would like to say a very big thank you to my Patreon sponsor Tratos for sponsoring this video. Your continued support is appreciated and it really helps me to keep doing what I love and running this channel, so a big thank you to you. So we will be carrying on with basically just chewing up China bit by bit. We are trying to find, well, I'd like to go to war with Korea. And now we have a royal marriage at the moment, so we need to wait for somebody's ruler to die before we can do that. We do have to be a little bit careful with aggressive expansion and also unrest, because rebellions are definitely a problem. We've still got these Sarigagir separatists at Sedam, which is where exactly? Right down. We already have some guys on that province. They are taking attrition, but I'll leave them there for the time being. It's a shame they don't have a... Like, you got 2 maneuver, you shouldn't be that bad. Relatively over the supply limit. How are we doing on our tech at the moment? When do we get on next supply increase at level 12? Quite a ways away, really. We can invest in an idea group, but I do think we want to wait and try and stay ahead on tech. Now, what I'd love to be able to do is just pay to get rid of the institutions penalty, but we do need to wait until we've got 10%. We have some zealots, and not actually mine, they're Mongolia's. Mongolia should be able to deal with that, to be honest. Chagatai is getting sieged out. Now, do I have any claims anywhere that I could press? I do not. Still got Myongyang, who we have the truce with, so we will sort of finish them off as soon as that truce is out. Yeren is getting fully occupied by somebody. I'm not... Do I have a claim against Yeren? We can force them to be a tributary, but I think, yeah, we should probably consider... do we want to take more of Yeren over? Probably. We will go through Jiangsu at some time. So let's go ahead and start building a spy network there. Now, who are you? You are building a spy network in Korea. Well, we already got our claim against Korea. You might as well come back. You are working on Myongyang. We'll definitely want to take more than you. You're working on Chagatai. Now, Chagatai is already being sieged out by the Timurids, with the look of things. So they're definitely going to be a bit of a problem later. Are you actually dealing with that, Mongolia? It does look like you're on the march. Yeah, you're sort of heading over there. You should be able to deal with... Actually, yeah, just stand there. Let them come to you. That's fantastic. Rebels are going to attack you in the mountains. Excellent. Well, we know how this battle's going to go. Let's wait till I actually arrive there. There they are. You going to let me see that battle? Yeah. So, you've actually got the... You're not in non-flat terrain, so that's a problem for you. But you still... What? Allies lost, minus 10 war score. How does that work then? It's weird. Surely our allies won that one, if anything. Anyway, the rebels are gone. We've still got our own rebel uprisings to worry about, so we have to keep our eye on that. Can't really do anything. It looks like the Timurids have buggered off, actually. Do we have a truce with you? We do. Until 99, so I can't do anything against Chagatai. Oirat, we also have a truce. That's almost up, though. A year away. We no longer have any claims against you, though. So let's go ahead and start building a spy network on Oirat. We can borrow some more land from them on a permanent basis. Myongyang, what is our truce with you? We don't have a truce with you anymore, actually, and you're already at war with somebody. So let's bring... do we have claims? Actually, let's just cancel that. Let's go and do this the right way around. Fabricate claims. So we want to claim all of your provinces where we can. Now, you're the one at war. It's Senwi that's at war with you. Spy network isn't big enough to get another claim. Now they're sieging each other out, so we can just wait on that one. Gain 5 meritocracy. Nice. So we'll get another claim on them. We'll probably wipe Myongyang off the map during this war. We'll probably use this army that's down here. So let's sort of move in and get ready. More than any other estate, the influence of the Shizu is dependent on their standing with the common man. It has been hard to put a finger on exactly why, but over the recent years, the Shizu has come to be less as the spiritual guardians of our country and more as the rich and corrupted intrigue makers. Combined with some unfortunate investments in the Shizu, properties themselves, and poor political manoeuvring, the Shizu have been losing both power and influence. So they just lose some influence. That's not too big of a thing. It looks like Myongyang are going to win the siege against Senwi before the other way around. That can be good for us, because if they take more land from them, we'll just go ahead and snatch that. We can almost get a claim on something else, so we'll go ahead and work on that. In fact, we've actually got enough now to make another claim. So let's go and make it on Myongyang proper. Let's just have a quick look at our overextension. We still have 17% overextension. It is going away. This is due to be done by May of 94 and September of 94. So we are just under a year away from getting rid of all that overextension. So we should be able to grab these 4 provinces. Like I said, it's possible they may even grab some from Senwi as well. Now, we will need a free diplomat to start the war. We might as well bring you back from Myongyang. There's no point you continuing to fabricate there. So I'm hoping that these guys just take out Senwi's capital. They've just had a disease outbreak, so they've not even got enough men to make any siege progress on this tick, which is fantastic. So yeah, you're still up there taking attrition, but we've got to be prepared for that rebel faction. This is desert, actually. It's flat land. We can move over here so we don't take any attrition, and then if they spawn, we can just move into the province and deal with them. Probably the best way of doing that. So I've kind of got forces spread around all over the place at the moment. We do have a little bit more force limit, but nothing amazing. Probably want to get a few more cannons. Speaking of cannons, we do have a cannon in there, which I suppose is fine for now. Poor government policies. Changes of policies, when poorly timed and made, were often wrongly perceived by the people of the time beyond their actual efficiency as proof of the government's ill will and lack of interest in the welfare of the realm. So we can lose the stability or lose the money. Again, we're making a ton of money, so we just lose the stability. As we are making a ton of money. Taxation. I guess a lot of these places aren't really worth the bother with the tax, but while we've got the money to spare, we might as well at least get the ones where we can. Not sure the .02 ones are going to make a huge deal of difference, so we'll leave those ones be. As for trade, we do make a fair bit of money from trade. So let's get all the ones that give us 0.1 and over, because our current trade income is... wrong button. Yeah, 25 ducats almost. That's not too bad. And we could go and increase our land force limit. We don't have the technology. It's doing that weird thing again. We can definitely go ahead and get some extra manpower there. And all the ones that give us 375, I think. There we go. That's just spent about 5,000 ducats, and we've still got plenty in the bank, so no need to worry too much there. Right, so you guys have now got 100% siege on Senwi. So if you go ahead and piece that war out, that'd be ideal. Yep, they have done, because now they've just turned into rebels. Excellent. No mission selected. Conquer Tamanthi. Now, where is that exactly? Right, well, we're going to be going for that anyway. We'll take that mission. That'll give us another claim. Fantastic. So, we're going to wait for Myongyang's troops to go and clash with these guys. Excellent. You're going to need a leader. Let's give you the one with the 4 maneuver and the siege. You weren't the guy that was up here, were you? No, you were the guy that was up there. Now you're taking attrition, which is typical. But you will be fine in that province. Okay. So these guys are basically going to... Oh, no. I nearly got involved in that battle, which I didn't want to. So we're going to move in here. And we should be able to go straight in and defeat the loser. do have a free diplomat, so let us go. And you do have an alliance with Tangu, which is... where exactly? I still haven't learned half of these countries. Right, okay. 2 province nation down there. Not bothered in the slightest. So let's go ahead and declare our war. Don't care if Tangu come in or not, to be honest. So we'll wait until this battle finishes. And it might even be Myongyang that loses it, to be honest. Yep, it was. So we'll go in here and finish off the rebels. The Marjara of Champa has decided to keep harbouring a number of well-known pirates. Actually, that's just the reputation event again. So yeah, you're coming in down there. I don't think that's going to be a problem. I don't think we're really going to see any issues from you, to be honest. I'm going to go ahead and split this army up. And the army that doesn't have the leader, you're going to march back up here and just take out that other province there. And in fact, when you get here... yes, you... Can you not detach a siege? Okay, let's just drop off 1 unit and then the rest of you just carry on. So we'll siege that one out. They've gone all the way down there to retreat. They'll probably come back to try and help out here. We do have some more units nearby that we could bring down. Let's march these guys down just in case we do need them as backup. We should be okay with what we have. Hopefully we can get these sieges fairly quickly. I don't want to move the 1 stack into there. And of course, as expected, the rebels pop. Not in the province that they were supposed to pop in, but they are popping in desert all the same. So we should be able to deal with that without too much trouble. We are going to arrive on the 22nd of September, so they won't have time to siege. So that is excellent. Mongolia are coming down to help. Good for them. And we won that battle as expected. Let's go ahead and get you back in somewhere with some supply limit. Let's just go and sit you on the fort now. So that's got rid of 1 lot. Now, next we're going to have the Calm Separatists. You guys are likely to pop in Tashienlu. I know that's not necessarily the province they will pop in. The reason I do this is because I'm trying to actually find... the sort of area where it's going to happen, just so that I know roughly where I need to actually have my troops in order to deal with it. We discovered fabricating a spy network on Yeren. Is there anything left of Yeren? We've got 1 tiny little province here. Well, that's the only one we can actually get a claim on. So we might as well go ahead and get a claim on that. And then we won't really be able to get at them after that until we actually get rid of Jiangsu. Jiangsu are growing, though, because they're eating up Yeren, so that's something that we'll have to work on. Yeah, Calm Separatists look like they might be ready to pop again, so we definitely want to keep this stack around there just in case. 0% chance that we're going to get the capital on this siege tick, minus 14% chance on this fort, but things will improve. I think we can actually safely go up to speed 4 now. I don't think we're having too many issues that we can't deal with. 7% chance. Oh, we have a call to arms. Yutsang is a tributary state requesting that we come to their aid in the Bengalese conquest of Riing against Bengal. Yeah, we can deal with that. We'll accept that. We still need to finish this war first, of course. There's Bengal down there. We would like to get involved, but at the same time, I guess I could just march these guys down. Do we have this spare leader? You're the 4-2. Let's go ahead and put you in charge of this army. Nope, this army. And you're going to come down here and help out with this issue. As we've still got our rebellions to deal with, of course. So, yep, there we go. We knew it. At least they spawned right on top of us. We've got this siege here. Let's go and jump straight on their army. Are we going to win this? We actually lost a battle there against rebels, which was unfortunate. You guys are going to reinforce, but again, are we going to lose that as well? Holy crap, we lost them both. Right, okay. We need to deal with this. You need to get down here. Should not have lost those fights. So now we've got some issues with separatists, but it's not too big of a deal. You're going to retreat all the way down to there, are you? Mongolia's keeping them busy down here, at least. Mongolia may lose their army, but at least they're keeping them busy. Right, you go back over there and get together with your stack. We've lost a general as well. Now, which one is that? It was not that general. You didn't have a general. Wasn't the general in that stack. Which general did we lose? Not sure. Anyway, let's go ahead and hire one. So, what are we going to get? A 2-1-1. Not too bad. That is Highlands. I'm not entirely convinced we can take them, but we'll give it a go. You're going to move back over here as well. So, unfortunately, we're in a couple of wars here that we'd prefer not to be dealing with. They've now managed to get a 20 stack together. Right, we are engaging these guys. Now, this time, we're the one with the penalty. But it does go in our favour only just. Right, you guys siege that back out. You guys get down here. Anywhere we might get an opportunity to kill a small stack, which doesn't look like it's going to happen. Let's come down here and start grabbing some forts. This war should not last too much longer now. Actually looking to come down there and cause some trouble, aren't they? Right, well, let's go and make sure that we deal with all of this first. Ah, they've just got black flagged. That was interesting. Maybe they pieced somebody out. You're engaging Mongolia. That's fine. Mongolia is going to win that one. So let's keep sieging you out. So who are we actually at war with? Well, these guys are the ones that we declared. So it's these ones here. Bengal and Burmanis. So we'll sort these guys out. Let's split you in half now. Their army is basically gone, so we don't have to worry about that. There are some troops down here, but they're really not going to be too much of an issue for us. There we go. So let's go ahead and put you guys back together. Now, we're not too bothered about the ally being down here. Because we don't have any connecting land anyway. We've got plenty of money. This time around, I'm going to go for the infantry combat ability while we're getting all this sorted out. Although citizens are encouraged to show trust and good faith in their exchanges, the reality in many nations is that the risk people cannot afford to take. This, however, is not the case in Ming. We've successfully stamped out corruption on so many levels in society. People not only trust officials to do their jobs without the extra help of a bribe, but they also trust each other more in general exchanges. The general belief in honesty of others is very thread from which the fabric of society is woven, and our country is a shining example of it. Excellent. That gives us 50 admin power. Right, where are your troops trying to go? Let's go ahead and cut you off, because we don't want you going back and unsieging anything that we've already sieged, because that would be unfortunate. We will accept nothing less than 100% annexation. Let's go ahead and get rid of those rebels. Still potentially got some rebel stacks that may fire. I'm just going to drop back down to speed 3 while I'm dealing with a lot of this, because all of a sudden stuff is happening. We'll take the level 3 Diplo guy because we can afford it. Now, we've still only got 67% war score down here. We could really do with Mongolia actually hurrying up and taking that province for us. We'll go and grab the rest of their armies out of here if we can. Where exactly are you heading? You're heading into there. We probably won't be able to catch you. No, you're going to head into there, aren't you? Kind of locked now. Left myself in an awkward position. Doesn't look like they can get out of there in time. We can lose ourselves 5 mandates. Yeah, that's fine. We don't want to lose the meritocracy. That's the meritocracy. We don't really want to lose the meritocracy at the moment because it is quite low. So we will lose a little bit of mandate. We're still over the 50, which is good. So as soon as this war is over, we can concentrate on helping out our tributary. Fantastic. You actually managed to survive that somehow. You're heading back over there, so let's go ahead and deal with you there. Because I assume that's where you're going to stop. And stack wipe. Right. Let's get you back into our own lands. How are things going over here? We are trying to siege out. We are losing out in that war. What we should be doing is going down here and trying to take their capital. But we want to take this out first. I'll move up with this army if we get the opportunity to do that. Got 217 stacks down here. Let's go and get another one sort of moved in. One of the ones with the generals. Again, we do need to keep our eye on Yarkand separatists. Let's get you sort of moved up here, ready to deal with these issues. Because we know the Yarkand separatists are going to be a pain. Everywhere you go, we're going to have an issue because you don't have a leader. We can take a tech, actually. 2 techs. We can take Diplotech. And actually, can we buy the institution? No. So we'll just do the techs. Make sure we stay ahead of time. Get that production efficiency. Get that... Oh, we can make some states. We should definitely do that. Get that production efficiency going. And get that admin efficiency going. Military access from Persia. Sure, that we're with the Timurids. Can we hurry up with this, Mongolia? It would really help us out if we can. We have... Oh, that's not us. I thought that was me then. Slightly different colour. Not my problem. Right, you've got some units down here which I don't like. So this is Bengal's rather large stack. I do have another group of guys moving in. I'm not sure they're going to get there in time to deal with this. Let's go ahead and stick them in the mountains then. Because at least they'll be relatively safe there. You still want peace. Oh, we've got 100%. Okay. So what we want from you is basically everything if we can snag it. We don't... I'm going to leave the other guys alone. This is already likely to give us a coalition. Myongyang we don't care about, nor do we care about Oirat. You don't have any money. So let's go ahead and send those demands. We can't even really core at the moment. We're going to leave you down here because obviously we are likely to have issues with rebellions. But we're going to go ahead and put all of our stacks together up here in the hope that we... Well, not all of our stacks, but 2 of our stacks at least. In the hope that we can deal with these guys down here. In fact, we've almost got them sort of trapped in the middle here. We do have that extra infantry combat ability. We can embrace the institution. We can easily afford that, so there we go. That's that done. And that now gives us the next military tech. So that'll help out quite a lot. Now then, we do need to go ahead and core some stuff, but we can't really afford it. No mission selected. Form an alliance with Korea and reduce... Well, we're working on reducing overextension. Make some states. So is any of this going to tell me how much it would make for me? Cost us nothing in maintenance every month. Increase our income by 0.95. Sure, let's go ahead and do it. Right, that one looks like it could be worth something. 1.57, yeah. What about this one? 1.77. Looks like that's the maximum number of states we can make at the moment. We've got estates demanding control of provinces because, you know, of course they are. So let's just go ahead and deal with that. So we want the Shizu. Let's give you a province that isn't worth... In fact, we can give you some of the provinces that we've just taken. You can potentially help reduce problems. Actually, no. We'll give you, like, one of these. That actually wasn't enough for you, you greedy gits. Give you... Oh, no, give you that one. That's fine. And the nobles, of course. We don't want to give you a really good province. There we go. Now you're all happy for 10 minutes. So while we've got all of these armies together, we can actually march through these lands because they all belong to our vassals, essentially. Where do you think you are heading exactly? Because I'd very much like to head you off. Now that we have better tech, Now, whose army is that? That's Bengal. Bengal is on Military Tech 8. We're on Military Tech 8 as well. But we do now have that infantry combat ability. They've got a 2-2-1. We've got a 4-4. We might be able to do some... Actually, just as I say that, General dies. How typical is that? We'll get another guy. He's not brilliant, but he's not terrible either. What we'll see if we can do as well, actually. We'll go and have a quick word with the Quinwags, and we... influence needs to be 40% or higher. And given this would only give you 10 influence, we might as well do it. It would be nice to get that generalship. They lose loyalty. Doesn't give them any influence, though. Could give them more land, but I really don't want to do that. So we've lost one of our better generals. Right, now that you've decided you're going to move down here then, let's start moving in and create a little bit of a blockade. So I'm going to start moving in and pushing hard against these guys now. Looks like they're going to go and try and hide behind some forts. In fact, we'll wait until we've got this siege now. We've already started. And of course, we've got separatists. 2 lots as usual. So, you need a leader. Let's just go ahead and recruit another one. And, you might as well go and deal with these guys first. We're not going to get to both stacks in time. Which is unfortunate. Okay, I've lost completely where I am now. Right. In fact, we're going to end the video because I just looked at the time. So thanks a lot for watching, guys. I hope you are still enjoying EU4. Once again, a very big thank you and shout out to my Patreon supporter, Tratos, for sponsoring this video. I couldn't continue doing this without the help of people like yourself and others like you. So I will see all you guys on the next video. And until then, goodbye for now.